it's your first time to my page, welcome. My name is Johnny. For y'all that don't know, as you can see, Johnny Fitness, and I am going back to the NPC, so I'm excited about that. And I know there's a lot of other stuff that people don't like about NPC, and I don't like it either. But I'd rather be with NPC before I try to go anywhere, pro and big, whatever. The point of this little stoppage is every workout that I do is a little different than most people that I see in the gym. So just let you know, the most important part about this workout is the warm-up, which is the forearms. So if you pay attention to this and you care about forearms, most people don't. It's kind of like calves. It's kind of hard to focus on a weekly basis because all these glamour muscles. But if you pay attention, doing the forearm workout, basically twisting your knuckles are going towards the floor on the first one. Going down, you're coming up. And then you're going to turn your wrist towards the ceiling and do the same thing. So I'll explain it more in the video, but just pay attention to that. It's kind of what I wanted to say. All right, thank you. The point that I really want to stress here, now that I have it from the side angle, is you can see how I'm keeping my forearms on my lap on purpose so I don't use my delts or anything else. I really want my forearm to do all the work. And that's why I put my wrist right at my knees. So it's like a curl, It's just all forearm, nothing else. No delts, no biceps. So you focus on doing that when you see I'm going down and then I come back up, but I make the rope go around the pole, still going the opposite direction. So I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna twist towards the floor. And okay. So I'm going up, and I go back down the opposite direction. And I still bring it back up in that opposite direction. More effective workout, which means more results. It's gonna hurt more, but you're gonna get more results later. Because you get it different. Like this, for example. Most people do forearms like this. I don't want to work on my depth. I don't want to work on my forearm. It's just my forearm. So I'm hanging it over my knee. I'm trying to keep my elbows in. But if you gotta cheat, you gotta cheat. It's taxed. It's a slow pace. It's meant to be slow. It's purpose for this. Man, I know people been places and I've been working out for a long time, training for years, so I can go slow. You can go slow too. Really look at it and see it. Work on it. Take your time. So I start over here. Over here. Arms the same thing. It's like a curl. You're gonna turn your wrist towards the ceiling, do the same thing. It's a lot easier on your wrist this way because it just naturally you can handle it better. Just your forearm. So you want to grab it, roll, left hand, roll, grab it, roll. And it looked easy because that was the first one. Then you keep going, you turn it all the way around. You do the same thing. Opposite direction. That's one set. Or one rep, really. When you're pulling the rope and the weight towards you, That's considered the concentric part of the motion. And when it's going down, the eccentric part of the motion. If you take your time but complete it when you bring in the rope down, it doesn't hurt as much because it's not as heavy because you're just putting it down. But when you turn it over and you keep going, that's the real work right there. So the eccentric motion still on a forearm workout is actually helping you get gains and testing your strength and how far you can actually push your forearm.
Now, this song. Start to hurt my hands, calluses. And I like to actually build them up. For when I do, if I forget my wrist wrap.
When you're thinking about the weight, you don't want an ego lift. I think most people know that anyway, because it's like working out your neck. You know, you don't want to put too much strain on your neck, but you don't want to put too much strain on your forearms. And I guess the calves are different. The point is, I usually start with a 10, and then I'll move down to a 5 and might put a half on there. And then after that, I'll take the half off if it gets heavy. So I'm trying to keep as much as I can. So 10, and 5 and a half. Or you can put on the 10 and a half and then add on the 5 with the half. It's a lot of different ways to do it, but basically start with a 10 and then a 5, and then work in between there. There's no reason to just try to go heavy. You want to last. It's like type 1 muscle fibers, I think.
Yeah, I'm fucking going up. Shaq posting up on niggas that I used to have posters of. Real quick, man, you couldn't have hated that. Let's be real, nigga, you couldn't have made it that. Dance how you dance, watch you dance. You fucking with the dance, man, I'm to the dance. After this, you drive by the new dance. Can't meet the turns, keep it moving in. Make sure the plane got a phone out. So when we about to land, I'm gonna tell the bulls I'm home now. Tell them nigga, make a party at the hay. See, think I got the shit out of the city going crazy. I ain't felt the pressure in a little while. I take some getting used to. Floating all through the city with the window down, putting on like I used to. They never told me when you get the grind, it's gonna take some getting used to. New friends all in their old feelings now. They don't love you like they used to, man.
When you love you like they used to. In the city with the windows down, like I used to. Like I used to. Man, they don't know you like they used to, man.
This workout pretty obvious, straightforward. It's shoulder press, 3 sets of it. But I picked a lighter weight. I went 65, 60, and then this is 30. The only reason I'm doing this is to just get more blood flow in that muscle. You know, it's easier obviously, but to do as many reps as I can. So that's up to you if you want to do that. That's just what I did there. One of my personal favorites is backdooring shoulder press with incline press, be it barbell or dumbbell. And there's days where I'll do 100 shoulder press and then 100 incline press, dumbbell, barbell, it don't matter. But I like doing that together, so that's why I did that. And you'll like it too. If you do it enough, you'll see the difference. So this is about to be the end of the second workout, and this is the third set, the second workout. So I've done 6 sets already. We're gonna move on to the chest. So again, I just try to max out with the lighter weight. I don't like using lightweight sometimes, but I know what I'm doing here because it's the blood flow. So getting ready to move on to the next one. Okay, to the naked eye, this dumbbell bench press is gonna look like a normal dumbbell bench press. But what you don't see is that I don't have my elbows flaring way up to my delts. You know, like when my delts is about to touch my ears. You know, you don't see me right now explaining it to you, but the point is, I keep my elbows kind of below my nipple. You know, like I want to explode from my chest and not from my delts. So when you see the different angles, I don't have any different angles really, but you want to explode from your chest. So you want your elbows to come down. You don't want your elbows to go up high. You want them in the middle, and you don't want your thumbs to go higher than your nipples. You want to be shooting out from your nipples, and you want to have that arch in your back because you want to focus on your chest. So the whole point of this workout now is to do the dumbbell press, but you need to emphasize on the chest. Because if you do bench press or dumbbell press and your delts are on fire, you're not working your chest. You're missing out on the workout by doing something different. So you want to focus on bringing your arms down and then exploding from your chest. It's almost like a close grip bench, but you notice I'm not doing close grip, but I'm keeping my elbows in a certain place where my chest is getting all the work, and I'm squeezing at the top and controlling on the eccentric motion. So you put that together, you'll see some changes and some more development in your chest when you're not working your delts as well. So I did go back to dumbbell incline because I like this workout. One, because I'm trying to develop my chest. So if I get comments and you like, oh, you don't even got a big chest, well, that's in your eyes, and you could be true, could be right, because where I lack, I feel, is my chest. But what I'm doing is working on trying to get a Franco Columbu chest. So anybody that really knows bodybuilding, you know Franco Columbu. I'm doing all the things to work the areas of the chest that I liked about Franco Columbu's chest and trying to get that into mine, which is something I've never had before, and trying to get like an 8-pack. So these are things that I'm trying to do now that I didn't do then. So if you come to my channel, you see a whole lot of inclines and shoulder presses, things like that. That's what I'm trying to do. I feel like if I'm gonna grow the top of that chest where you have the split, I feel like the delts and the shoulders should match. You shouldn't have like swole chest and then like lagging delts and then rear, side, front. Like that work in itself is already a high demand of focus. Your front delt, your side delt, your rear delt, and you can't see your back. So when you start working the back, but you want it to match the front. So I'm trying to sweep from the rear delt to the side to the front and make it grow into the chest where they're kind of symmetrical. Not one being bigger than the other, and it would suck if you have big delts and small chests because that's gonna stick out more. So that's what that is. So I'm gonna do shoulder press 2 sets, incline 2 sets, and chest press 2 sets. I'm skipping out on the 30s this time, so I'm just sticking with the 65 and the 60s, which I ain't gonna lie, it was hard. It was supposed to be, but like I said, I'm trying to get that to grow. So that blood flow is just to kind of get the muscles to this point right here. So that's why it's going kind of fast. So I'm just taxing it again, and at the end, I'm gonna do arms. Well, I'm gonna do 21s, just like more blood flow. But that was one of the biggest reasons why I did the forearm workout, was to help support the arm workout. So, in my opinion, attacking the muscle different ways in your workout with a lot of different exercises. Even for one body part, if you're trying to isolate one body part, you choose a lot of different exercises. That bro science type situation, the splits, stuff like that. Nothing but growth, man. I've been doing it for so long that it's like you just figure out how to do it and when to do it and how much to do it. And then it takes you to that next level once you start growing. You start adding more weight and more exercises. So now we're gonna move on to the arms. Now, if you watched my arm workouts before, you notice that in words and text on the screen, this is a chance I actually get to explain it. I try to emphasize on the eccentric motion because this is what breaks down the muscle and actually gets it bigger and stronger. When people hit the weights and they're going super fast. Now, if you're not going, 90% of your 1 rep max, I don't really understand why you push a lot of weight really fast. Not really getting anything out of it but a pump. And there's a lot of arguments going around if you actually even grow from getting a pump. Like, a pump, does it actually contribute to your gains compared to a full workout, food, and rest? So what I'm trying to say is the eccentric motion of everything should be the most important thing in your workout. And then there's other techniques to it. Because on the preacher curl bench, if you're going wide grip, you're working more the inside of the bicep. And if you go to a close grip, then you're working the outside of the bicep. Like when you do a hammer curl, it's more for the outside of the bicep, like the symmetrical part of it where you can see it. So if you learn what wide grip and close grip benefits are, and then you take your time on the eccentric motion doing these things, you're going to get lots and lots of growth in your arms. But if you approach your chest like that, your shoulders like that, your legs like that, your abs like that, you're just going to get stronger. It hurts more. And most people, they want to go past it because it's too much pain. Let me just get through these reps. Like, I want to do 12 reps, so I want to do these. Let's do it. No. You find the weight that you can do 12 reps with that technique, and you get more out of it. So that's why I'm trying to emphasize on that, because I've just done shoulders and I done incline, which is shoulders and chest, and then I did chest. And so now I'm doing 21 reps, but on each eccentric motion, I'm giving what I can to keep it controlled, because every time I go down, I know I'm looking at my arm and I'm watching the myofascial release, and it's just like, I'm gonna get somewhere from here. It's a good way to promote hypertrophy. So if you think of it that way, you'll never go wrong. Even walking into the gym, being a newbie, you like, okay, I got the right technique. I'm gonna do this every day until I see results. And then you take this concept and you pass it along, give it to other people, and you use it yourself. So that's really why I wanted to stress that point. So I've done 7 each way. So now I have to do 7 completely, from top to bottom. When you go up, you want to explode up. You may have to cheat because your muscles are fatiguing or taxed. But when you go down, if it helps, you want to try to count out 2 or 3 seconds. You don't want to just let your arm fall. You want to control it. You want to control it as much as you can. Get something out of it. Don't just go through wasted motions.
Really trying to see what you're getting good at.